Hello there, beautiful soul. My name is Christopher Watson, and I am assisting people with their spiritual awakenings and helping to raise the consciousness on the planet. And I love everyone, and I'm trying to get everyone to love everyone too. Okay, so today we're going to talk about what is a light worker. Okay, and this is all based on my experience. I can give y'all, the information based on my experience. I can also share, like ancient information and stuff too, which I will do. And some of it's like intertwined. It's all connected anyways. Okay, so a light worker, based on my experience, is someone who came here for the very specific purpose of raising the consciousness of the planet and of themselves, and the collective to ascend, okay, to the 5D or 4D as well. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So, actually, we'll talk about it right now. Okay, so we're ascending to, you'll hear 5D a lot, and I don't hear the fourth density very much, but based on my experience, the fifth dimension is like mind, and fourth density is, your heart, your chakras. Okay, so you in your 7 chakra system, you have first density, which is the root, second density, which is the sacral, third density, which is the solar plexus, fourth density, which is the heart, and then so on and so forth, throat, third eye, and crown. Okay, so basically, or you could say we're ascending physically and spiritually. Okay, so, this is, never happened before. This has not happened before here on Earth anyways. Usually, when someone would become spiritually awakened, their light quotient would increase over time after their awakening, and eventually their light quotient would get to a point where their physical vessel could no longer sustain it, and they would thus ascend to the spiritual realm. Okay, so this time we're doing a collective ascension. We ascend individually and then as a collective, and we're doing all this together. So this time our bodies are going to be changing. Our bodies are changing right now. And I'll get footage of that stuff for y'all, and like what my body looks like and stuff, up close, because it would probably blow some of y'all's minds, really. So anyway, excuse me. And we are lighthouses, and we came here to, there's different types of light workers, based on my experience, and that like timeline work, grid work, channeling, content creators, anchoring energies, and from my experience, a lot of the light workers I see do most of these things. Healers, definitely healers. And I see a lot of light workers doing multiples of these. Like, during my beginning of my awakening, I did a lot of grid work, where you basically go in meditation and you assist in building the new 5D grid matrix. It's a diamond grid. And most of them are doing most of these, and I went from, then I was sending healing energies and healing light and stuff to the planet, and to the collective as well. I did a lot of that. Still do all that stuff, by the way. It's not like we stopped. I don't do the grid work as much anymore because I was told the grid was good, and plus we have others waking up that are going to be contributing to that grid anyway. And I'll still do it. If I feel called to, if I feel the intuitive feeling that I need to do some grid work, then I definitely will. So you'll learn a lot to go with your intuition. It's just, your heart and your feeler, let me look at my notes right quick. And basically almost anything a light worker does is to raise the frequency of the planet, and of the people in it and of themselves. We also came here to enjoy this ascension, to witness this ascension. And it is beautiful. I love it, y'all. I love it. But we came here to heal ourselves, maybe past traumas, past life traumas, or karma. And we came here to heal ourselves and enjoy this experience as well. We realize that there is lots of work to be done. And there's been a lot of us that have been contributing to that, especially like my physical life, my life, my personal reality. My family, some of my family is waking up, and it's cool. It's really cool. And I get to learn, I get to watch. I'm going to get to watch their processes, and I get to learn from them. We all can learn from each other. You see, by observing people, you can see the experiences they're going through if you're watching someone, and you can consciously decide if you would like to experience that circumstance or whatever they're experiencing. And lots of people do that. And also I want to talk about this too, because there's this special factor with the light worker community. Some people think they're special because they're a light worker, and this is false. This is a false assumption, and that's just ego, wanting to feel special and validated and, confirmed and stuff. So the label, use it to describe an aspect of you. Like, I am a light worker, that is part of me, but it is not the totality of who you are. It does not define you. It's not, you're still so much more than just a light worker. It would be hard to define you, like literally, quite literally. And, like being a light worker, is beautiful, but, everyone is special, and everyone, once they become conscious, more than likely will become a light worker, because you want to help. When you become truly conscious, you want to help, you want to wake everybody up. It becomes your purpose, it becomes your mission to want to help and to contribute to this. And the more people that become conscious, the more people that will become light workers. Just because you're awake and you're aware that you're a light worker doesn't mean no more light workers can come or anything like that. It simply is basically a way of being a light worker. It's a state of being. And the more people that wake up, the more light workers that show up. And some people are doing light work even being unconscious, and because some people are nice, very nice, genuine, good-hearted people, and are just not conscious of who they are, but they're still doing light work because they're a bright light. They love people and they're nice to people and stuff like that. And so you don't have to be awake even to be a light worker. But once you become conscious of it, almost definitely you will be a light worker. You will spread light. You will want to spread this wisdom. You will want to help. Especially once you have your spiritual awakening, the universe kind of scoops you up during the first little bit of your spiritual awakening. You're really divinely guided to everything that you're seeing, and it resonates so strong, you can't deny it. You just can't. But then, after a little while, you're on that hiatus, you're feeling so good all the time. After a while, you drop back down to, get grounded, and you got to take off on your own 2 feet. You got to stand on your own 2 feet. And that's what I've been doing. And it's been a hard process. It's been a hard process. Something also really cool with the whole light worker thing, the whole light worker scene, is a woman named Dolores Cannon did what's called QHHT, and that's Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique. And her name's Dolores Cannon. She passed away a few years back, but her work is tremendous. So what happens during the Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique is there's 4 levels of hypnosis. And the 4th and final level, you're basically asleep, and they talk to you while you're asleep. And one day, something else spoke to her, and when she was handling a patient, doing, past regressions and stuff, past life regressions and all that, and something else spoke to her and told her you might want to. She was like, well, who am I speaking to? And she was like, they were like, you might want to say we're the collective. And she was told about 3 waves of volunteers that came back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, something like that. Don't quote me on it. It's one of those. The planet sent out a vibrational call for assistance. She was ready to ascend, And because we were messing around with nuclear bombs and stuff, that was what made her go ahead and send out the vibrational call for help, because we risked destroying her with nuclear bombs, and also in destroying many other realities, imploding the earth. There's just a lot that goes with this. That's why that, there's been various nuclear silos and stuff shut down by other beings that, just, you have to look that up. And the things I'm telling y'all, don't believe me. I want you to take it upon yourself and research this yourself, because I'm telling you, when you do that, it's, it's cool to have somebody tell you something, but especially if you're skeptic at all, if you're a skeptic, if your skepticism is getting the best of you or anything like that, research it, look it up. Don't just, I try not to just, shrug anything off, you know what I mean? Okay, so she was doing other patients, Dolores Cannon was doing other patients and stuff, and getting the same answers from these people, saying, I heard the call, and there was 3 waves of volunteers, and came here to go ahead and get this ascension stuff started. And we were placed all around the world, on every continent. There is no color or no creed with a light worker. A light worker realizes that all is one, more than likely. But the special factor, with the light worker scene, no one is any more special than the other one. We are all special. We are all superheroes. We are all gods. All of us. We all are. And we're all part of a collective organism called the universe. So that's basically my definition of the light worker, and it is a beautiful thing, and a lot of light workers are star seeds. And a star seed is someone who came from another star system or planet to incarnate here, specifically, to be a light worker. Basically, a lot of star seeds, there's a ton of star seeds, but there's a lot of star seeds that are in fact light workers. The two are not separate, so there's people that are, star seed light workers and stuff like that. That's why I'd say, just don't get too caught up in the labels. You could be a starseed light worker, but, use it to define a piece of you and be like, yeah, that's what I am, but I'm not like attached to that label so much that I'm like, I'm a light worker, like egotistical with it, kind of like ego with it, but it is really, 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 really beautiful to see more and more people rising up and waking up, and like the spiritual channels that I started out on watching during my awakening have, went from like, 50,000 or 200,000 or something small like that to over 1 million in like the past year. I mean, like, people are waking up at an alarming rate. And they're being shook awake. And everything that, the dark ones do is backfiring in their faces. Literally backfiring. Everything they do, it gets transmuted into waking more people up. If they have a negative intention, it transmutes and wakes more people up. Every single time. That's what's happening. And people are realizing that we don't want to do this anymore. We're tired of the lies. The way that we've been living doesn't work. It sustained us for a while. It was purposeful for a while, but now we're ready to move out of that. We've been doing this for a long time, and it's like a broke record. It's something people are. If you ask anybody, even people that are not awake, they are tired of the bullshit. They are tired of the lies. They just want to know the damn truth. And a big part of knowing that truth is going within yourself. And I know that might sound, different or bizarre to some people, but with meditation, when you go inward, you have all the answers. Especially when you become, like, you are a representation of the full universe in one physical body. literally. And when you become awake, you can activate the full universe within your physical body. You can go looking at planets, or you can do whatever you want. I mean, really. But I think that's gonna be about it for today, y'all. I'm a little chilly out here, kind of shaking a little bit. But this is so exciting. This is such a very, very great process. And I want to encourage you all to do random acts of kindness. Love everyone next to you, around you, just, and not, it's just compassion. That's what I was looking for. Compassion. Have compassion. And I've really been diving into the compassion part. And it's a beautiful thing. You'll love it, when you realize that people have just been misguided, misled, into tricked through perception into giving their power away. That's it. It's not their fault. Most people are actually, everyone, every person, I don't care what being you are a part of a beautiful being. So it's just, are they aware of it or are they not? And it seems there's been an agenda to keep everyone from becoming aware of who they are, because then the 3D matrix they've had us trapped in, the jig's up, the game's over. When everyone wakes up and realize really what the hell's been going on, it's game over. It's game over. And basically a light worker, we came here to lay the footwork and to experience it while I had to experience it by myself, alone. I experienced loneliness, deep solitude, stuff like that. But I'm branching out of that now, and I'm growing, and it's beautiful, man. But you can appreciate it. When you go into darkness, always know that it's going to pass. And almost always after the darkness, when you come up out of it, you are just more radiant, more strong than ever. So that's why I say, like, our negative experiences are our best teachers. Even if we don't see it, it still is. It is a very good teacher. We as humans, we learn through chaos. We grow through chaos. We don't grow sitting still and being comfortable. You see? And I get that now. We don't grow when we sit still and be comfortable. And I sat still and was comfortable for quite some time, even being awake. And I come to a point in time where I was like, shit, I'm never going to be ready if I don't start. The 4 videos I had put out before that, and then I started integrating. And then, then I started setting all these stipulations, like, I got to quit smoking before I do my YouTube channel and stuff like that. And that stuff doesn't matter. That's stuff that I'm working on myself, but I'm also learning as well. It's a never-ending learning process, so I realized that I might never be ready if I didn't start. And then I started, receiving all these synchronicities, like related to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, over and over again. And I looked it up, and it was like, if you got a project in mind, start on it and stuff. And it resonated so strong, tears started coming down my face, so it was very, very powerful. But I just love this, man. I love sharing this information. I really, 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 really do. I love everyone, and the compassion I have is, that's why we wake people up. We wake up, and we have compassion, and we learn. And once we realize that everything is a part of you, you develop compassion and love for it. And you want to try to bring, you feel almost like a parent, like you want to bring that child to the light, to experience the real reality, not this false perceptual one that we have been in, entrenched in, entangled, trapped. So I just love doing this, and it is a privilege to be able to express myself like this, and it feels good to be able to express myself like this. And I'm going to be learning with y'all, and I will learn from y'all. Y'all will learn from me. We will learn from each other, That's what we are. And some people, the spiritual teacher term, I hear a lot of bashing about that, like you can't teach it, like all that. But if that's what is part of you, it's what you are. If you're teaching information, why not call yourself a teacher? I mean, it doesn't, I don't get why people, it's a word, but that's what you do. You become a teacher. But see, we teach through our experience. You know, and that's a very beautiful part. And guess what? By synchronicity, people with similar experiences and stuff will be led directly to you. Directly to you. I've seen it on numerous channels of people having the same experiences. Like Victor Odo, he put something up the other day that had to do with, you know, the spiritual awakening and stuff that resonated with me so strong. And I was in like the last part of it where I was basically bullshitting, procrastinating on getting out here and doing this because I felt that I needed to be a certain way. I needed to be, you know, tip top and, you know, not smoke anything bad, you know. But my habits are changing. Like my food intake is changing. I'm drinking a lot of smoothies and having very high vibrational foods and stuff, and everybody else will too. You know, when you start waking up, you have this urge to cleanse and purify your body because you realize you've been putting poison in it for however long you've been alive, literally, you know. But we learn from each other during this, and this is why it's so beautiful. You know, I'm just here to share this information because it's so heartfelt, it's so loved, it's so heart-centered from me that I feel that I need to share. And if people learn from it, awesome. If they just enjoy the video, awesome. You know, whatever. And if you don't like it, that's awesome. You know, you are entitled to your perspective. You know, you're entitled to what you want to say. But all right, guys. I think this has been about kind of long enough. I love all y'all, and we got this, and we are in this together. Remember that. We're in this together. And as far as waking people up, you'll learn to plant seeds instead of trying to literally wake people up. Because I tried that at first and was met with a lot of resistance from people who did not want to hear it. You know, and you'll be met with resistance. And I've said that before in a previous video. That's just the way it is. If they're not ready to hear it, but you can plant seeds. And when you plant seeds, they grow. All right, guys. I love y'all. I love you, beautiful soul. I will be doing another video tomorrow. Like I said, I'm stepping into the position of full-time YouTuber. I'm doing this, and y'all will have a video every day. And I know I don't have but 2 subscribers right now, and thank both of y'all. I love y'all, and this is just as to me. This message is just as important with 1 subscriber than if 1 million. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not in it for the numbers or the money, but I do know, like, I've done a lot of work, and through the universe, I know that money will be a side effect. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with that. But I love y'all, and I will see y'all tomorrow.